Good evening, everyone. Yeah, it took a while for us to start today. So, yeah, last class we had a break. Should I say like a cut short where my laptop went out of light. I hope today doesn't happen because there's no power supply again. So what we did last class basically, where's the sheet? Yeah, so what we did last class is basically, it was very interesting. We had to get our data from Kaggle, Kaggle, because everyone will actually be required to sign up for an account on Kaggle because we're going to be getting projects, data sets. We're going to be fetching data sets from there. So at some point, not even at some point, probably after this class or before the project anyways, everyone is required to get a data set from Cargo. So we got a data set from Cargo. I think what's the name of the data set? I think the hotel. I think it gives us the data set that contains the information about hotels. Yeah, I think in India. So it includes the state, the city, the category, that's if it's a 1 star or a 2 star or 3 star or a 4 star or a 5 star. Then the hotel name, right? Then it also has the address. It has a start date, it has an expiry date. So I think probably like a license. Yeah, could just then we have the total number of rooms. So that tells us like uh how big the hotel is. Yeah. So then also I think we also have the category to tell us the class. So if it's a 1 star, we're expecting that okay, maybe it's going to be small and all of that. So we're going to be okay, yeah. So that's what we did. Then here was the raw data. No, here is the cleaned data. So over here is the raw data where they had the subcategories, the states, the city, category, the hotel name, the address, start date, expiry date, and total number of rooms, right? Yeah, and so I think I explained how this data was actually, I think it was broken down into different star categories according to what I found out. So he had the 1 star separately, he had the 2 star separately, he had the 3 star separately. Yeah. So so then we have the clean data here. Of course, if we are to go, we are supposed to clean this data, but we don't have all day, and the work has already been done for us. So all we had to do was just go ahead to use the raw data. Then from our raw data, we had everything was cleaned up, right? And there's alcohol here. So we have alcohol. Yeah, the alcohol is like if they have alcohol. But if you check here, if I apply a filter to this, right? So let's create a filter. So here there's a filter. So if I apply a filter to this and I check, you see that there are blanks. There's with alcohol and without alcohol. Right? I think they're all selected. So they're actually empty ones, which we have no idea about. Then the hotel names. I strongly feel that okay, I think this hotel names was actually worked upon. Yes, also. Then the address also. Yes, the start date, the expiry date, and number of rooms. Yeah, so this was just a data set basically. Oh, there's even an empty row. Maybe somebody created this, but it's an empty row. That's another thing. So we actually use these functions, right? We call them. I think for me, I call them the searching. Like if you want to search for things, basically, and if you come to the insert, somewhere, it has its own category. That's lookup. So yeah, so that's what we actually did. So we check for VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP is searching vertically. So it allows you to search vertically, gives you the liberty to search vertically. Then we have we have the H lookup. So the H lookup allows it to search horizontally, right? It's only restricted to searching horizontally, while the VLOOKUP is restricted to searching vertically. Then also we have the lookup itself. So this lookup allows you to just pick based on the row and the column. So there was one thing that we missed last week, last class, was that to use the lookup, it has to be sorted. Like what you're looking for has to be sorted. The row you're checking for has to be sorted. For instance, now, so I'm just going to use this, right? So I think I like freezing this. Where's my freeze? Freeze, because I'm about to sort the O. So I'm going to sort this row. So I think sort, is it data? Yeah, sort sheets. Sort sheet based on F A to Z. Right, so I've sorted the sheets. So I'm going to try and apply lookup now. So equals to, oh, okay, sorry. So equals to lookup, then the search key. So let's say we are searching for this. Let's just assume that's what we're searching for. That's the second one. Then the search range it has to be here. Then the results range. So let's say we want to return the address. Then you close this and you press enter. So what you are going to get is the village, the corresponding address where this is, which is this. Right, so that's where we have village, I can't pronounce it, Swalde West, and yeah, so we get it. So that's the idea behind lookups. So when you're using your lookup, you have to ensure that it is sorted. Very, very important. That's a very key point. So when to do lookup, then we index. So index returns, index actually takes in the row and sorry, it takes in the row and the column to give you what is actually there. Then the match returns the position of an item, what you're searching for. So you have a value you're searching for, it returns the row. Then we also have the X lookup, which actually okay, we didn't check about X lookup. Same here, I didn't remember to check it. So the X lookup returns, let me just steal the idea from here. So it's a cross lookup that returns the values in the results range at the position where a match was found in the lookup range. Oh, okay, so it returns a results range. So for lookup itself does not allow you to return multiple columns or a single column, but with this, what I've seen, it's supposed to return multiple columns and that. So that's basically the lookups, basically the searching functions. Yeah, so you can use it for that, and basically that's it. So that's basically what it does. And when you are doing your data analysis, you can use it once in a while. Maybe you need to get some information there, need something, yeah, that's when it becomes very, very useful. So any questions before we move on?
Yes, for the sorting of column F. So you started A to Z. So if we had sorted Z to A, are we still going to get the same answer?
Interesting. Okay, let's try that. Actually, in all sincerity, I haven't thought about that, so let's do Z to A. Sort sheet Z to A. So it's sorted now. So let's do lookups equals to lookup. The only way to know is to try it out. So let's say we are picking this, right, and comma. our search range is here, comma, we are getting here, and we close. So we're supposed to get what is here, that's a unit of, and what we have here is not what we have here. So I'm guessing no. So it means that it has to be in ascending order. That's from A to Z, from the top to the lowest. Yeah, sorry. I mean from the lowest to the highest. That's like from A to Z. Is your question answered? I think yeah. Is your question answered?
Yes, thank you.
All right. So thank you for drawing our attention to that. So let me see. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. So I think in the absence of any other question, safe to move on. Okay. So moving on to today, today's class, we're supposed to talk about STEM. So there's such a thing called where's the sheet? I think there was one blank sheet I used last time. Share this tab. I think I should even keep a record of every term so that we can bring it up sometimes. So there's such a thing called data governance. My spelling is very well. Yeah, governance. Yeah. So there's such a thing called data governance. So what is data governance? Like, so in the world of data, right? There are sensitive data. There's such a thing as sensitive data. So data are very sensitive. For instance, now every platform that you belong to, most of the time, your social media, the one way or the other collects your data. I don't know if you have paid attention to that. Okay, for instance, let me give you a simple scenario. You search something on Jumia. For some of us that use Jumia, or have used Jumia at some point. If you leave that search, let's say you leave that point, if you start checking, maybe you entered Facebook or you went through Google, you're trying to do something on Twitter, you find out that the ads that you get are related to your search on Jumia. Does anyone bear me witness? Like, has anyone noticed that? Yeah, exactly. So like that's them collecting data from you.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So they are collecting data from you, and some people don't even know about it. So like all they have, and not just data. Like these data are actually meaningful. They are actually, in the real sense, you can protect yourself. You can, if you are doing anything with your data, you can take them up in a lawsuit action. Although you must have gone through the terms and agreements that you usually sign. So there's always the terms and agreements that we all usually you just see things and agreement for his software. I don't think anybody bothers would actually read it. Everybody just think. But either way, one of the things that you are doing is you are giving them permission to actually use your data. Actually, you're giving them permission to actually use your data. Now that's very very important. So So, like I was saying, where I was coming from is, yeah, data is very, very sensitive. There are so many things about data. For instance, an hospital data cannot just be released out there. You need to work on something. Yes, you want to work on a fantastic project. You want to solve a problem, but doesn't mean that the data will be given to you free of charge. For instance, now, yeah, I was checking for some data sets that we can use for today's class. So I was on cargo, and so let me check hospital, right? So if, of all of these hospital, if you, okay, for instance now, in hospital mortal prediction, right? So this is like mortality rates. You're not going to find anything that says that relates to a specific person, this data. Actually, you're not going to find anything. I think my network is coming up. So this is it, the group ID, outcome, age, gender, BMI, hypertensive, see diabetes. You're not going to find anything that relates to this to anybody. That's because they are being sensitive. So what is actually surrounding this is actually called data governance. So data governance is like the process of managing, protecting, you are ensuring the integrity of the data, that this data is secured, this data is well protected, this data is of high quality, this data is correct. Like that's integrity, you are vouching for it. So that's the process of ensuring that data is correct. So the process of doing all of this is called data governance. So along the line, some of us might not even eventually become a data analyst. You might not end up doing data analysis. We might start as data analyst, but might end up going into, it's actually a field called data governance. So that's what data governance is about. It's a framework that actually it's uh it is around managing data, protecting data, data security, and all of that. So that's what data governance is. And the second one is data quality. So I think this one is pretty, can make meaningful word from it. So data quality is more of like ensuring that the data is accurate, it's complete, it is consistent, it is reliable, and it is relevant for its intended purpose, like what you want to use it for. It is relevant for it. So I want to work on a I want to do a analysis on mortality rates. Do you expect me going through a birth rates data that has to do with what's it called? Is it fatality? Yeah, let's just say birth rate data. So you just expect me going through that. So the data must be relevant. So data quality is more about ensuring that the data is accurate, it is well collected, there's little or no error, right? Then it is complete. Yeah, very complete. It has to be complete. It also has to be consistent, right? Um, yes, it has to be consistent. Then it has to be reliable. The source has to be very reliable, right? Yeah, so and it also has to be fit for its intended purpose, right? What you want to use it for, it has to be very, very relevant to it. So yeah, that's basically the two. Of course, I think as we go on, I think that's one I have for now. Sure. So let's just continue. So let's move on to this class. Um, so what we are supposed to do today is more of mathematical. I mentioned we're going to do statistical analysis. So it's more of like an introduction, not like an introduction child. We're going to do everything, not like everything, but we'll touch the parts that we are supposed to touch basically. So so there are some basic statistical concepts that I would like us to know, right? So some of them requires regression. I think I've explained regression. Can remind us what regression is? Can someone just remind us? Please refresh our brain on what regression is. Anybody? Pius. Pius. Eunice. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's going on? Anybody? We are waiting. 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 It doesn't have to be perfect. We know. Just give us something. Hello.
Is a technique used to check the relationship between independent and dependent variable.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's as simple as that. So regression is just checking between an independent variable and a dependent variable. And like I said, it can be independent. Independent variable can be more, but your dependent variable can only be one. You can have more than one, you can have multiple independent variables and all of that. So what we are basically dealing with is, so first of all, where am I? I think I'm on cargo, right? I want to get, we want to go and fetch our data set that we used yesterday. So where, so I was hoping that we could use something Nigerian. That was hard Nigerian in my search, something relating to Nigerian. And I think, so here is a filter, right? So I just came to cargo and I searched Nigeria. So we have notebooks related to more machine learning. Then we have data sets, which is what we are really more interested in. Then this, you can just pick relevance, I think filter, can just go through. Let's say we just need, so I was hoping we could do something that has more. So I'm opening this up, car prices. This was 10 months ago. So this include prices of car, most likely from the name. And it has a make, it has a manufacturer, condition, mileage, engine size, fuel, transmission, price, build. Oh wow. So I think this is actually okay. So we can work with this. Yeah, I was hoping we could work with something else, but this we will do. So let's, yeah, and there's something interesting about this data. So where we are here, if you check the top of this column, you find out that you have information about this data. So here you can see that Toyota has 36%, Lexus has 11%, their others with 53%. You can see the manufacturer from 1992 to 2021. Then it's more skewed to the middle. You can see this. Then we have something like this. So these are like meaningful informations about that. So I'm just going to go ahead and download the data to my system. So it will be downloaded to my system, and I'm going to want to open it in with Excel. So let me see. Let me share this tab. So I think I've not tried this method before. Let's do it. Let's say open. So I have the data right from my system. So I can upload it directly. Browse rather than go to my drive and do that. So I'll drop this. And where is it? Where is it? Where did it go? Is it here? Okay. Okay, I can't find it. Maybe it's in another sheet. Okay, so I can't find it. So maybe it didn't work. Let me try import, upload, browse. Yeah, dropping it. Okay, nice. Create new spreadsheets, detect automatically, converts and imports data. So this will probably create a new spreadsheet for me. And is it loading? Okay, open now. Yeah. Okay, I think that's the faster way to open this rather than go through uh the process of doing all of those. But this data look incomplete. Interesting. So I'm seeing manufacturer here. I have 2007. I think we have blank data in these data sets, right? Yeah. Well, this is what we are talking about here. This is the kind of data set we want to work with. Data set that are not completely, not completely cleaned up. So you have to do the cleaning yourself. So right on, like from the scratch. So if I'm supposed to go through this, I'm supposed to just first of all filter. Like I said, I like freezing my columns. I like freezing my first row so it doesn't go off, and I can bolden it just to make it. Then I can add, since that's the only data here, I can add alternating colors. just to design it in a way. So data, is it data? Sorry, I think it's formats. Yeah. Then yeah, so I have something like this and done. So this is just to put colors to it, and then I can add a filter. I created this. Yeah. So you can actually check, what I wanted to do was actually filter for blanks. But my system is slow. Oh, okay. So supposed to unselect this, then okay. So I can easily see the ones that are blank. So here are my blank data. So I can use, there's a function called is blank, maybe, sorry, is blank. Yeah, is blank. So you can use it to fill your values, put an if conditions, and just automatic filling. So what we actually want to do is I want to bring in something. So it is called a Toolpak. So we need a tool for analysis, right? We have histogram, we have regression, we have some hypothetical testing and all of that. So to do that in um, Google Sheets, we need something called an add-on. Add-on is an add-on, so it was not created by Google Sheet by Google. Same is also applicable on Excel. So this thing called add-on. So it's here in extension. So I have it already, but here you can come to add-on, get add-on. Then you search for Toolpak. Come on. Yes, so Toolpak. I think it's K. Yeah. So if you're using Excel too, you also find it there. So you have this. Okay, so we are still having this issue of call. Okay. So we so here's a pack, here's the add-on Toolpak. I think it's also available on Excel as also Toolpak. So we had it, click on it, then you're supposed to say install. So when you install it, it will be added to your Google Worksheets automatically. Alright, so I think it's free. So close this back. And so if I come to extension and I come here, I'm going to see it. Right, so here's the add-on that I just installed to my system. So we click on start. So most of the time we'll be needing this, except for those that want to go into mathematical statistics and statistical analysis. So here we have ANOVA, we have correlation, we have covariance, that's like variance checking, we have descriptive statistics, we have f-test, we have exponential smoothing, we have Fourier analysis. I think I did this sometimes. Then histogram, yes, linear regression, logistic regression, or really moving average, random number generation, rank and percentile, maybe sampling, yes, 30 tests. Yeah, so it's more like related to Z test, and I think is there hypothesis. Yeah, I think it's the hypothesis testing. So basically, this tool gives us it extends the ability of Google Sheets. I think it's the same exact tool that is also available on Excel. So it extends the capability and it allows you to use tools that are not currently in the sheets. So that's what it actually does. So let's kick off something. Let's start something. So let's do an histogram. So basically an histogram is like it gives you the count of a particular thing in a diagram basically. So we check this, then the input range, that's the input value. So this thing is usually somehow it's not as clean as possible. So sometimes we might need to add it ourselves. So let's say we want to add the transmission. Maybe we have automatic or manual cast. That's on the H column. So I think H to H. If I do H to H, I think it should work. Okay, done. I think I'm okay. Let me go on. Can't remember again. Then the bin range, right? Don't know. Let me see if I can do without the bin range. The output range. Let's say we want it on K2, K2. Then we want the chart output and click OK. Okay, input range contains non-numeric data. So this can only work on numeric data. So that's price, that's high to high. So let's check for price. That'll be high to high. I'm still getting, I think I'll still have to put, let me see. Okay, has it been created? No. Okay, I think I need to put the bin range. Oh, okay, here it is. It was taking time to load. So here it is. Okay, coming. Time is loading. Okay, I think I should be able to enter into that part of the screen. Okay, I clicked loading twice. Sorry. Okay, for some reasons I can't go into that part. Okay, but here you go. Here is a whole lot of table, which is not even supposed to be. Let me just undo this and see if I can get us a better view. So what that did actually was it took us into, it created so like I said, your histogram is supposed to give you a count of a particular value. So the reason why this was not working was that I think he wanted uh it in figures. So if you had used insert charts, right? If you had used, let me see, this will be able to also extend this tab. Wow, I think my cell is not. So if you had used this, let me just edit charts. Then column charts, where's it? Histogram. Yeah, histogram charts. Then the data range, I think if you still remember, so the data range is like the range of data we want to put in this. So I can take this and put H to H, that's H, sorry, H, sorry, add the value range, yeah, so H to H. Then I think if I click OK, still work. Yeah, so this is supposed to be H to H. I should be able to select the series. Okay, I think I need more. Can't remember again. So let me pick here. That's A to A as part of my range. Sorry, add another range. A to A. Okay. Yeah, so I pick this. Okay, yeah, so I should be able to do this instead and pick. Oh, okay, I think I really can't remember again because the histogram is a bit complex. But let's just look at it. So the histogram is actually supposed to just give us the price and uh, give us the price, then the count of the price. The price. So you're supposed to group these prices. Like you're supposed to know the minimum, then the maximum. So for instance, let's say we need the minimum and we did equals to minimum of uh, this value. If you still remember, That's to the end. Can't remember. So let's check. We have 4,906. That's 4,906, right? So the minimum is 458,000. Then we have our maximum. Then we do, sorry, max of the same value, this same range. That's from here to I 496. Then we close this and press enter. So this is our minimum, this is our maximum. So we know that the maximum we can have here is, let me see, 5, this is 58, this is 58 million. Wow, so that's 58 million. So we can actually have our data in, let's say, tens of million. So let's say we have 10 million. That's 10 million. Then we have 20. Oh, sorry, I missed 10 here. Yeah, so 0, 0, 0, 0. Then I can just drag this. Oh, let me see. Maybe it's almost 3. That's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, it's missing 1. Think, okay. Where are the commas? Okay, comma. If I'm getting this correct. Yeah, so I should pull this, then drag it down. Yeah, so you can use this as the bin. So the bin is supposed to be from here to here. So if I put this as bin values now, bin range, yes, and my input range is still high, and my output range is on K2. So I don't want to put the output range on K2. I should be able to extend this. Let me say K, let me say M2. Then I press OK. It's going to take a while because the data are much and trying to load everything at once. Keyboards, I don't know, I'm still having an issue. I can't add more cells to this. Maybe because of the effect I did. It shouldn't be actually. And freeze, unfreeze. Still not going. I'm certain that this has had it. But let me put it in just here as K19. Okay, so this takes a while since it's an hard one that is not Google created, so it has to do the calculation, then try to load it up. So it's also going to draw a chart, which is this output chart. No, it's taking a whole lot of time. Okay, I think it's because the data is large, actually. Okay, maybe while it is loading, let's check the descriptive statistics. So this actually takes in the whole, you can put in the whole data, right? But I think the whole data is giving us issue. So let me just try this first. So that will be my input range from B. Then my first row is labeled. Then my output range is here. And come back here. So it changes. And I okay this. Okay, input range contains non-numeric data. Okay, so we have no numeric, so we are supposed to include just the numeric data. So let's say we want to have just this, this. Oh, sorry, I used the wrong button. So I should have used control. Control we select individually. Or I could even check for one. Let me just check for the price first. So that would be I. That would just be high to I to I. Then okay. So where is it? 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 Okay. Yeah. Finally it's here. Now this is the histogram I created since it just appearing. Can you see it? This is the histogram I created since just coming out. Then this is the frequency. This is the frequency. This is the bin. So the bin is like, so when I splitted it to, oh, I should have selected from here since I added labels. So it's showing the 200,000. It's showing the number of groups that belonged to 200,000, 300,000, 400. Sorry, I said 400,000. 2 million, sorry, 20 million, sorry, 30 million, 40 million, and 50 million. So the number of prices that belong to it, oh my god, everything is just loading now. So I hope you can see it. So it's just, I think, in my system, and I'm running a lot of things online. So that's why I actually took this long. So this is actually it. So it's just coming up. So I think this call is about to end in like less than 15 minutes. So let me create another link and send it to the group so you can join. Yeah, let's continue. So I've copied the sheet into a new sheet, then I've had a lot of tabs opening, running, like a whole lot. So I just closed a few, and hopefully our operations should be faster now because I really want to show it a lot. So this is basically it. You can play with this actually. It's just there. But I just want to show us the important one. So this input range, so we created a like a bin. So bins is like, sorry, that's a bins. So it divides I think we got the max value. So it's very important. I put this back out minimum. Then that was equals to maximum of, just put this. Just to give me the same thing. And I think I'll just tweak this formula and put minimum there. Right? Yeah, still works. And forgot, somebody complained, although. So this is the max mean. Then the bins is like you want to divide your data into sections. So what we did was, I think we did 10 million. This is 100. This is 1,000. This is 10,000. This is 100,000. This is 1 million, and this is 10 million, I believe. Just copy this and paste it here and change. These are bad with numbers. Then can drag this and drag it here. So this is 20, 30, 40. This give us about 50,000. Yeah, 50 million. So here we go. So here's the bin. So the input range is high to base, right? That's high to high. What we have here. Then it has labels. Then our bin is from here to here. Now the reason why I'm selecting this because I choose label. So it's supposed to be like okay, let me come here. So it picks it. So it's supposed to be like this bin is actually the head here, something like this, right? So these are like how it's actually supposed to be. Then, and I click OK. So I want to see how fast this will generate. Yeah, so here it is. Okay, I put it down, K19. Where's my chart? My chart will be somewhere. Maybe it's still coming yet. But No, this can be correct. This cannot be correct. This is 1000. This is um can someone help me here? I think I didn't get the numbers. So it's supposed to be currency. Yeah, currency. Of course, naira. I think yeah, we have it here. Yeah, 10 million is correct. So let me change it back to numbers. So I'm correct. So why did I not get uh let me do it again. So input range is, oh sorry, input range is, I think it changed to high. Then the bin range is from here to here, from M4 to here, and output range, you don't want it too far. Let's just put it here and click here, then it fills in up and click OK. So finger crossed. Come on. Yeah, so that's the caveat about this. Can be really, I think we should just move on. When it comes, we'll look at it so that it's not waste our time. So the other thing we can do, let's just continue so that I will not sleep there. So is descriptive statistics, which is what I wanted to show us. So we can also do a descriptive statistics that tells you the mean, the median. I think it tells you the modes. Yeah, that one I'm not really sure about. But yes, it just gives you a descriptive statistics about all these things. And if you remember, we talked about descriptive statistics one of the times when we're talking about that we usually do. So I said, if I remember correctly, descriptive statistics actually gives you a description of what you have, of what your data is all about. Basically, it informs you, it describes your data to you basically. So that's what we want to check here. Group by label by first row. Yes. Then output range, change our output range. So let's say we want somewhere here. Click in, then it fills it up. Then we want this summary statistics. Yeah, just pick this and okay. Don't know why this is messy. It's supposed to, or let me see, maybe because I'm picking, let me pick within the range. So that will be from I to, I remember as I want to I4096. Then okay. So let me reduce the sheets to see what's going on. Was this for me? Okay, I guess this was for the first bin that I had it. So this is supposed to come out. Let me see. Let me disable this. That's the whole of this. So basically, the Toolpak is just supposed to help you do some analysis, basically. But looks like it's not cooperating today for some reasons I don't know. It's slowing us down. Even my system is just shouting. Then the output range. Let's say we picked here. I don't want us to waste time on this. But it's taking our time. Then click OK. It looks like the analysis Toolpak is actually not responding because I used it. I think I used it this morning while I was preparing for this class, and it worked. But we won't let that hold us down. So we are going to continue. We just have to drop the pack. Maybe when it decides to work, let us know. So basically, yeah. So let's move on. It's not going to slow us down. I was talking about this data. So this data actually tells us Nigerian car prices, and um, it gives us information about prices of car in Nigeria. And so it tells us the make, tells us the year of manufacturer, tells us the condition, tells us the mileage. That's, I don't know what mileage is. So for instance, I don't know what mileage is. So one thing I'm sure is if I go back to that data set, I'll find out, I'll get the description, but unfortunately I've closed the tab while I was closing all the tabs. So we have engine size, we have fuel, we have transmission, that's if it's manual, automatic, then we have the price and we have the build. Of course, this data contains a lot of missing columns, like missing data. So this is what we're talking about, data quality, right? So this data is actually, trying to see if this thing will come back. This data is actually very incomplete. But one thing you can do is, so you can, so this is more of like what the project would be like. So you go and get a data set, you would go through your data, right? Then, okay, so let's, since we are there already, so let's just, I'll iterate the list of things, then I'm still going to send it to us so we can go through it, but I'll just highlight it for everyone to know about. So the project phase is actually supposed to, um, everybody's supposed to go to cargo, get a data set. Then after you get your data set, you can get any data sets you desire, but please make sure it's not completely cleaned. And then you have to drop the link to your data sets that you are collecting, where you are getting it. Then so you collect your data set. So that's the process of data collection and gathering. Then you begin to inspect it. The way we are inspecting our data sets, we are checking for blanks and not blanks and all of that. So you check your data sets, you find out the places that are missing, what to do with it, how to handle it. Then you formulate questions based on that data set. For instance, now this is a Nigeria car prices data set. Who is it relevant to? Who are the people that can benefit from it? Um, so people that can benefit from it, maybe let me see. It wouldn't be an insurance company, right? Okay, like someone that wants to buy a car. Yes. So someone that is looking to get a car. I think, yeah, the condition also says if it's Nigerian used. So let's apply a filter here so you can know the category. So this is the process of data inspection. Come on. Yes. So you can see brand new, foreign used, Nigeria used. So if you are going to check this, so we see that way you have three categories. You have the Nigerian used, you have the brand new used, and you have foreign used. So this data set means that is available or is somebody or people that need that is looking to get a car, maybe a new car, something like that. So they are the ones that will actually need this, and also maybe transportation companies, right, that do rentals and all of that. So we are already looking at stakeholders, people that can benefit from this. Now, what kind of insights do you now want to drive? Okay, maybe information about the car, maybe the year it was manufactured against the price, um, the conditions against the price, the transmission, maybe it's automatic against the price, maybe it's affecting the price. Maybe, okay, I think we have here, we have petrol, so we have diesel, we have electric, we have hybrid, we have petrol. So that's like four categories that way. So you're going to check, okay, what is the range, what's the relationship and all of that. Then mileage, I think mileage is, I think it's all comments, like I think it's in kilometer per hour. I can't really remember. So, or if anybody knows mileages can help us. So basically that's what you are beginning to drive, like insights that will probably be relevant. Pay attention to the keyword relevant. That has to be what's relevant. So the insights that will probably be relevant for your stakeholders. Then you go ahead to clean your data using functions, formulas, you clean it, you do whatever you want to do, whatever extraction you need to extract. There was a data, the one I actually wanted to use was announcing price data. So I think in the bathroom, there was a particular color where they had maybe two bathrooms, three bathrooms, four bathrooms. So it was something like that. So That would have been very interesting. So you have to extract the numbers because you don't need patrons again. So in that kind of thing, you extract, you clean your data, make it complete. Then you now go ahead to analyze your data. And one thing we have done, we have seen, you can use pivot table to analyze your data actually. So pivot table is what's like go to do your analysis. Then you draw your charts. Then you go ahead to use from your pivot table, you draw your charts. Then after drawing your charts, you go ahead to the insights that you have now seen that you have been able to generate, you can now provide answers to them. So the questions you provided that you wrote at the beginning, right, you now provide answers to them based on your visualization. So based on the charts you have created, you would you answer them. Then I think that's all. The rest is documentation, documenting your response, documenting your results, documenting your insights in whatever way is nice. So, any questions on that? Does anybody have a question? This
Please, oh, how do we clean up our data? Like
okay,
all these blanks. Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm going to
What
show.
these blanks? What's the effect of blank spaces on data sets?
Okay, yeah, before I
And
go
what do we
ahead
do with them?
to answer your question, can see that this thing is very, it does not like us. Can you see that if you look on the right over here, let me zoom in. Our results finally came in. So here is it. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it was slow. Well, here's the results. You can see for the price, we have mean, we have standard error, we have the median, we have the mode, we have the standard deviation, we have sample variance. I think okay, yeah. I think he did it on top of each other. This is 129, this is mean, this is mean. Yeah, okay. But basically this is it. Okay, let's just pay attention to this part. This is the part that is more important to us. So you can see this is, I think this is the one I called the descriptive statistics. So this is what it did. Give us the range, the mean. So the range is like I think sorry, the range is the highest minus the lowest. Yeah, I think that's the range. Then the mean, oh, that's the average price. Then standard error. Don't really know how to explain standard error. There is a formula for it. It's supposed to be against predicted versus actual, but there's no predicted yet, so you know. But median is very easy, like the middle value. Then mode, the most occurring. Then standard deviation is gotten from the mean. Yeah, the standard deviation is like I don't know how to explain it. It's more of like it gives you okay. So a standard deviation. Let me see if I can show us real quick. If it's to take our time because I still want to show us a lot. So there's a chart here that says box plots. Do I have box plots here? Oh my god, it's asking for. Okay, let me see if I can check the box plots online. Then I can just show us the box plots instead. So what a standard deviation is that it gives you something like a box plot. For instance, I don't know if you can see this box that I have here. So this box should come out here. So yeah, so standard deviation gives you more information basically. If you use it to plot a graph, you get from there you can see the mean, you can see the max, you can get the median, you can get this interquartile range, you can get the upper quarter, the lower quarter. So basically that's what the standard it gives you the information when you use it to plot a graph. So let me just take this away. Back to this. So these are so there are different, there are still other things. Yeah, count, sum, that's the sum of total value, maximum, the minimum. That's what we did here, right? So you didn't even need to do it with this. It just gives you straight information straight away, and you can do it for multiple columns. I don't know why, I sincerely don't know why it took this long, but you can do it for multiple columns. You can run it for, and basically it has to be numeric. You have to pay attention to that. Then the this was the Instagram I ran. Yeah, the Instagram. So it told me, yeah, from this information, from this table, I can see that I have within the range of this 1 million, sorry, 10 million. I have this frequency. For this, I have 216, and that's very good. Then this more, I think, is like outliers. Outside of this 5 million, you have this. Because if you find out our maximum value is actually 58 million. So it means that there are 8 other prices that are outside of this 50 million. So basically, that's why we have more. So I would have loved to actually show us more about go around with that Toolpak, but it's not corresponding. Now to answer Tito's question on the significance of blank space. So blank space means incomplete data, basically. Sometimes you have it as blank space, sometimes you have it as NEN, or sometimes you have it as none. Sometimes you also have it as nil. So you have it in this 3 representations. So it can be in nil, can be none, can be empty, can be none. None is a non-pi um is a non-pi non-value actually. So it's more relating to those that use their data sets for machine learning and data science. So that's where they get to see, but we all mean the same thing. So this significance, so what it actually means is incomplete data. And it means that if you should take it into consideration. So you can either decide to fill it based on uh, perception. That's where your skill as a data analyst now comes. You can decide to fill in, for instance, if I find out that maybe I have more years in 2007, I can decide to fill everything with 2007. That's filling with the mode. And if I want to fill with the median, I could fill the median, or I could do the mean, right? So that's, and I could decide to leave it blank and just leave my information like that. So and provide data based on what I have. So it depends on what you want to do. Really, it depends on your perception, on what you just feel, okay, what you assume is the let's say the best thing to do in that scenario. So okay, I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, it was maybe the faulty network, probably bad network physically. So let me go ahead to show us. So this is like a data. So I just want to do a brief. I think in the last class when we were talking about charts, we did some data creation, like we move around with it. So so let's just do something before we round up for today. So these are data, right? So we need to gather questions. So I think, what questions do we have regarding this? Do you want to help us? Okay. I think Fisayo, Tito, and Phil, they're the only one left in this call. Everybody have any bad network today? So what questions can we derive from this data set? I think I mentioned a few. They can help us out. You want to help us out? They have much time actually. Anybody? You are thinking of one? Fisayo, Pearl. I've heard those words. I've heard you guys' voice. This is a car price. So nobody's saying anything. Q. So I think one question we can ask is like,
Sorry, say data set from the one you built from this actually.
yeah, from this one. So we want to ask questions like we are going to be doing analysis on it. So we need to have some
Okay.
questions that we want to ask.
Sorry, I didn't get this minute.
You didn't get what?
Mileage.
Millage. Okay, don't worry, just leave the millage alone. I closed the tab already, so
Okay.
but you can just drop the millage and even drop itself. So what questions can we ask? So I've dropped it already. So basically, like I think I mentioned it, like it's just you thinking like, okay, who is this? First of all, like I said, who's going to benefit from the analysis? Who is going to? Who are those that are going to make money from it? Basically, who are those kind of people? This is a car, a Nigerian car price. So it tells you about prices of car. So first of all, like I mentioned, it can be people that want to buy a car, people that are willing to pay, are open to get a car. So this gives them an information about cars and their prices. You can also see it tells you the condition, like the condition of the prices, the condition of the car. Like, are you getting it? So, like, these are the questions that we are looking at. So, who is benefiting from this,
Yes,
first
sir.
of all? Who are those that are benefiting from it? Then, how can we now make them see meaningful things from this data? That's just it, basically. So what I'll do is I suppose to have a question, but let's just do something small. So we have um um so there's a way I want to someone asks how to fill data. So here we have done if, right? And I said there's something called is blank, right? So don't you think like we can merge this together? So if you check now, if you run is blank on this column, right, equals to is blank, and you reference this column and you close this, you get true. That's something. If you come here and you put equals to is blank, sorry, is blank, and you call this and you close this, you get false. That tells us something. So we have done conditional loops, right? Conditional function, sorry. So I can do mix these two. That's okay. Let's say if a particular colon or cell is blank, right? Sorry, is blank, do something. So maybe it's going to say true. So is it that we want to fill it with something or just do something? So if it is true, if that cell is true, you do something. If it's not true, you do something. So let's see if we can actually put a range into this is blank. So let's say we did from E5, right? Let's say we picked a series of array and you press enter, you still get true. If you do something like this that involves this, you still get true. So it means that there's actually blanks in this. So you can just say, okay, where I have a blank, fill it with something. So here, let's say we want to do is blank there. So if, sorry, if I think if any too, okay, if any is like any error. So if um is blank, right? Hope you are following. So if this cell is blank and it's true, fill it with, let's say, this cell, and else just leave it again. You don't want to put anything. You don't want to put anything with false and put enter. So can you see this is 2008? So if you have, so if it's blank, so imagine you have this here. Circular dependency detects to resolve with iterative calculation C file. It's okay. I think I have to change this. This works in Excel straight, so I have to go to settings to change this. But you get the whole gist of the matter. That you can deal with a bank, and you can just, maybe if you are not good with this, you can just maybe on select all. Time is fast spent. So I want to unselect everything here. Okay, let me just use clear. Then I choose just the blanks and I pick OK. So everything I have here is just blanks. Everything I have here is just blanks. So let me see, let me try something. So let me say 2001, and I fill this in 2001. So if I remove this filter, so there's two in between. So if I select all and I press OK, yeah, can you see that we have filled that blanks, and it didn't affect the ones in between. So if I want to fill everything now, so let's go ahead and fill everything. So let's say clear, select blanks, do this, okay. So we want to put not known. So just put not or unknown, because it can also be useful in our analysis. So just do this. I think this should still not affect them. So let's select all back and okay. So here we go. Can you see? So we have unknown values. So what you basically have is unknown. But then that's not a good advice, because you already have, yeah, you're having a each time. So it's better you just use something like maybe 0 to indicate empty, not known, or you can just use whatever. So do you get it? Tito, can you see what we are doing according to the question you asked earlier? Okay, I hope you can see it. I hope you are following. So basically, so that's it. You can go ahead to explore. So what I wanted to do real quick was to do something like um, this and this. Sorry, my bad. This and control. So I'm only control. So I think I can create. Can I go ahead and okay? I have to come in. Start pivot table. Then let me do new sheets. Yeah, let's just do it here. I just want to show us something. So new sheets, existing sheets. Let's do it somewhere. Oh, can you see this thing is joking? Let me put it here, right? Then create. Yeah, I just want to show uh the histogram that we wanted to plot for. Later came in. Cut it. It is well. So let me just go here. So I wanted to really quickly create an existing sheet. So rows. So I want my rows to be, oh sorry, my data range. Oh shoot. I have to delete this. I didn't pick my data range properly. So insert, create, charts, pivot table, data range. So I didn't pick my data range properly. I think, did it give me suggested? Yeah, just do this. Right? Though it's supposed to be to 496. Yeah, that's it. And okay, existing sheets. Once it's here, okay, and create and so hard. Yeah, so I have my rows now. So on the rows, I want to have make, then values. I'm going to have price, and yeah, so that's my pivot table. So it should be created already. Yeah, good. So I have this. Then so I can come here and create my charts. Just click here, create charts, insert charts. So this is like revision. This will be like revision of what we are doing, of what we've done. So we had our x-axis. So what do we want to be on the x-axis? We want the name of the card should be there. So we have the data range. So okay, hold on. First of all, reduce this chart. I really don't like working like this. My screen is too small. So permit me. So I can move properly. So you can do this too. So you can move your sheets properly. You can work with it easily. So you set up, then your data range should be not from this. This is where we're working with. Actually, so this is going to be a long data. Then we have another range, which is the one beside it. That's the sum of prices. Right? Then okay. So if you check your x-axis now, I even say it has done it for me automatically. So on the x-axis I have the make, on this I have the prices, and I'm using a line chart currently. So it's showing me how the prices are going up, like how they are fluctuating, but I really cannot see the prices very well. I cannot see where which is which. I can only tell that okay, maybe Toyota has a very high price, then comes down to Volvo. So instead I can use a bar chart. So I think a bar chart is equivalent to a column chart, right? Yeah. So let's just use a column chart. Yeah, can you see it? So it's telling us, just giving us information, but this is not actually clear enough, right? So instead of doing this, you want to do something that you'll be able to. Okay, I think I'm not doing it. I'm not getting my information. Yeah, and it's also it's not giving us everything. I don't think this is everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 20. I think it's everything. I think it is everything. Let me see. 4. Then just highlight. Oh, it's not everything. Actually, it's not everything. So I think you have to expand it based on the data. So I think if I expand this, it should grow. So you can see as I'm expanding it, I'm getting more information. I'm getting more information. I'm getting more information. So basically that's it. So let's do one more. Let's do a pie chart. So we can do a pie chart for, okay, let's say the build, or no, the build just contains only SUV. So let's say the condition, right? So first of all, we have to choose pivots, insert pivots, data range, the same data range we're working with. So we're working with I, sorry, existing. So let's create it down here. I think in one of the class I did show us how to arrange everything properly. Then okay, create. So you pick your rows. So what we are dealing with is condition. I think I said condition, right? Condition. Then we need the count basically. So we uh can just pick price, then we do count on it. So to give us a count. Can you see here we have blank. It's actually saying it's supposed to, assuming you have filled the blanks, you would have seen something here, right? So Tito, are you saying the example? Can you see what is resulting to? So when we didn't fill it. So I'm just going to go ahead and do charts. And I want the pie chart instead. You know, I like pie chart a lot. It's easier to interact with. So no, this is not what I want. So I pick my data range. Of course, we want our data range to be from here. They add another range, which is supposed to be this. Supposed to this to N34. Okay, yeah. So here we go. So I think we can reduce this. It's just a pie chart. Yeah. So this is it. So basically that's just it, and that's what we'll be doing for the project. We just be getting analysis, meaningful analysis actually, then adding it to chart. Maybe in the next class we'll do a full rundown of how it would look like basically. Then customize, yeah. I actually don't like customizing a lot because I feel like it will take off the color, but you can actually do a lot with this. Can decide to I'm so bad with colors actually. So I think I told you guys already. So you can do a lot, can change the fonts. If you do 3D, 3D looks, maximize it. Yeah, so you can do a lot with this. I think you can change, okay, as a do not O, can make this. So it depends on you, depends on how you want to extend your expand your wings and do whatever you want to do. So basically that's just it. Then one more. Okay, time has okay, maybe okay, let me just show. So there's something called a slicer, right? Data slicer. Mostly is when we are doing something like this, when we get to charts, that's when we're going to do with it. So you can use it to actually filter your pivot data. So for instance now, if I pick, what do we have here? We have conditions. If I pick conditions and let me say I bring this down here. I want to drag down. So when I'm designing like my pivot charts, I can just attach it under here as like a control. So if I select, I can filter this based on what I have here. So if I say clear and I pick just blanks and brand new, and it's supposed to be done, and I click OK, what will happen is that everything on my data is going to change to just that too. So that's what, and it's be applicable to all my pivot table, all my pivot table. Can you see this pivot table has reduced? and it has affected my chart too. So can say so that's what the slicer does. It's like a fleet, and you can have multiple slicer actually. You can have multiple. I think if I come here to be able to add another slicer, can you see? If I come up here and choose the column, next I decide to choose uh, condition, right? Oh, sorry, I did use condition, but let's say I decide to use year of manufacture, so I can task everything. So let's say I clear everything, I just click 2001. So when I scroll up to see okay, so this is going to give me database on only 2001. This does not have anything, so I think that's why it's not giving us anything based on the pie charts. But we check this, sorry, what's happening again? Am I done? Ah, took me down. So because I applied that, it has removed a lot of things from my data. So I'm just going to take it out. Can't even find the slicer again. Let me apply everything back. Okay. Okay, this is heavy. So adding a lot of things back. Next time I can. So basically that's everything that we're going to be doing. So explain I would explain it properly, and I'll send the follow-up documents that we can use to read through the project. But basically, I think we have come to that point. So I'll probably do a video, maybe a special video, and upload it for everybody to watch and they can understand. So I think that will be better. So yeah, that's the end of today's class basically. So any questions? Any questions?